Well, I have a kids project to share with you today that's not only interesting for the kids, but it also will provide some nutritious supplements for like salads, sandwiches, and other food items. Now, what we're going to be doing today is actually germinating seed, but doing it for the benefit of what is called seed sprouting. And first off, you want to get some seeds gathered up, and we've got several ones here that we've already sprouted. This particular one is crimson clover, and you can see the seed here compared to the sprouts. Over here we have radish seed, the common radish seed, and alfalfa. And then we've got some mung beans back over here. Now the thing I need to tell you first of all is make sure you're purchasing seed from like a grocery store or a health food store that's actually for the purpose of sprouting. If you purchase seeds from garden shops, various places like that, sometimes some of the garden seeds are treated with fungicides and you want to be very careful. So check your grocery stores and health food stores for these particular items. Now there's all kinds of ways that you can sprout seeds. There's kinds of kits that you can purchase, but we're going to do it in a kind of different way again so it's educational for the kids. Now the first thing you want to do is soak your seeds overnight, and we're using mung bean seeds here. We've just got a jar that we've put enough water in to soak them overnight, anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. Now you really have to change the water during this time, maybe before you go to bed or first thing in the morning, because it can kind of turn sour on you from the soaking and swelling up of the seeds. And you can see this is kind of dingy looking. But these are particular caps for jars that you can purchase just for this, where you can drain the water out quite easily and make it a simple method for you. Plus you can sprout right in the jar if you'd like. But again, under these circumstances, we're going to go ahead and pour the water out. I'm just going to pour it on the grass here to start with, and we would have changed that out quite a bit. And we've only got a tablespoon of seed in here, and again, you'll see a huge difference in the way that they have swollen up. Those are the same kind of seeds that started out. And we're just going to sprinkle on top of this cotton balls that we've soaked down with some water. So actually, this is going to provide our moisture and humidity for us. Once we get those on, we've got plenty of moisture there. Then I'm going to enclose them in some of the new vegetable bags that are out on the market that have little perforated holes in them so oxygen still breathes, but it will keep moisture in. And we'll just put that right inside the bag, and we'll label it if we need to remember which ones are which, and then we'll zip it closed. Now that's going to help provide humidity to get them to germinate. I want to show you what can happen though if you get it too airtight. This particular one we closed up and we're getting mold to grow on it, and under that circumstance you wouldn't want to eat it. So once a seed begins to germinate and grow for you, in this particular instance what you're going to do is just harvest it by cutting it off with scissors. And we've got some crimson clover that's ready to harvest. So I'm kind of grabbing it on the top and giving it a haircut. And now remember, you don't want to pull out the whole thing and eat the cotton or anything, so you want to watch the kids on this. And we're just going to harvest it off. And if it dries out during this process, which can take anywhere from 3 to 7 days, you'll need to sprinkle more water on it. Those we would then put in another Ziploc bag, put them in the refrigerator, and again they'll store anywhere from 3, 5, 7 days while you try to use them. But keep them cool. And once they're germinating, notice on the radish, they're not quite ready to harvest yet. And as they start to germinate, you'll want to put them closer to sunlight or light so they'll get a little bit more green color. Now while these processes are happening, it's a good time that you can try to educate the kids. Remember, a seed already has the root and the basically cotyledon right in the seed coat to start with, and a lot of starch or embryo organisms that's actually going to feed it. And once moisture is absorbed into it, it swells and cracks, and then as it would germinate in the soil, the root would come out first, and then the cotyledon would come out last between the embryo seed part. And that's actually occurring right here on the dish, and you're eating the whole seed, root, cotyledon and all, but you just try to get it harvested before it gets too mature on you. So again, it's a good way to educate the kids. And when you take them to the salad bars at the different restaurants, point out again what's going on, and there's all kinds of seeds to use. Now remember, you can also do the same thing with all kinds of fancy kits where you don't put them in cotton, you're just letting them germinate and wash the seed coats off, so sometimes you don't have some of the brown seed coats on there and they look a little bit better. but they taste great on sandwiches again, which is one of my favorite ways to eat them. A fun project, easy to do, and fairly inexpensive, and who knows, it might hook you and you might do it on a continual basis and make it a nice addition to your meals at night.